Hello and welcome to Bangla City SATV News. This is Nahin Tahir with our headlines. Government steering country towards economic prosperity, protecting people's rights, said Prime Minister. Ivy takes oath as Narayanganj City Mayor. High Court sentenced Awami League lawmaker Haji Muhammad Salim 10 years jail, ordered to surrender within 30 days. Preparation for Ekushe Boi Mela are going on. Bangla Academy is yet to finalize the end date of the annual event. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina today said the government is steering the country towards economic prosperity, keeping the rights of people well protected. The Prime Minister said this while speaking at the swearing-in ceremony of the newly elected Mayor of Narayanganj City Corporation, Dr. Selina Hayat Ivy, 36 councillors, including 9 councillors of reserved seats. Prime Minister joined in from her official residence Bhavan. The Premier said the democratic process has been on for the last 13 years. As a result, the country has won the status of developing nation while the per capita income has increased to USD 2,591. Hasina also said Awami League always believes in democracy and the voting rights of people. The High Court today upheld a trial court verdict that sentenced Awami League lawmaker Haji Muhammad Salim to 10 years imprisonment and fined him Dhaka 10 lakh in corruption case. At that time, the High Court ordered Haji Salim to surrender within 30 days. The High Court, however, acquitted Haji Salim of the charge of concealing information on his wealth, in which he was sentenced to 3 years imprisonment. The bench delivered the verdict after rehearing on the appeal filed by Haji Salim challenging the trial court verdict that sentenced him to 13 years imprisonment in 2008 in the corruption case filed for amassing illegal wealth and concealing information about it. Later, he filed an appeal with the High Court on October 25, 2009 against the trial court verdict. The Bangla Academy premises and Sorwadi Udan are now abuzz with sounds of hammering woods and other materials for the construction of stalls and pavilions ahead of Ekushe Boi Mela. Through the publishers are about to complete their preparation for Boi Mela, the Bangla Academy is yet to finalize the end date of the annual event. The annual book fair will begin on February 15 following a suspension of 2 weeks amid a spike in the number of coronavirus cases. However, Bangla Academy is yet to announce the duration of the fair. Meanwhile, an official of Bangla Academy said they are trying their best to ensure that health and safety guidelines are maintained strictly during the fair. Bangladesh Railway resumed train services with passengers on all seats while adhering to other health rules today. The authorities of Bangladesh Railway taken the decision as the infection rate of Omicron variant of COVID-19 is declining. As per the decision, half of the total tickets are being sold out at the station while the rest online. The issue of standing tickets and platform tickets remains suspended in the intercity trains. The railway also cancelled the existing all kinds of quota except emergency and pass quota. On January 10, the authorities decided to run all trains at half capacity amid the surge of COVID-19 cases and fresh restrictions. Viewers, we are taking a short break. Stay with Bangla City SATV News. Welcome back, and you're watching Bangla City SATV News. Let's take a look at what's going on in around the world. Muslim students of India have been protesting for their rights to wear hijab. The teens have been protesting in Karnataka state for weeks, drawing attention to a college ban on hijabs. Meantime, a petition had been filed by one of the students argues that wearing the hijab was a fundamental right to religion guaranteed by the Constitution. A girl named Muskan, who shouted saying Allahu Akbar, had been viral for her brave protest. Muskan informed that some Hindus were criticizing to her by joining Joy Sri Ram, so she shouted Allahu Akbar. It is noted that schools have been closed for 3 days as a result. Meanwhile, Nobel laureate Malala Yousafzai tweeted that refusing to let girls go to school in their hijab is horrifying. Besides, Indian Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi said in a tweet that it is a women's right to decide what they want to wear. The right is also guaranteed by the Indian Constitution. Hundreds of trucks were seen driving down a main street in Bangkok on Tuesday to protest against high diesel prices. The convoy of truckers headed towards Thailand's energy ministry, hoping to pressure the government to cap the price of diesel around 76 cents, while also calling for the resignation of the country's energy minister. The government could not meet the demands of the truck drivers, saying the government has already pegged the price of diesel at 30 baht or 91 cents since last October, amid rising global fuel prices. Britain's embattled Prime Minister Boris Johnson faced renewed pressure Tuesday to apologize to opposition leader Keir Starmer for their critics have called a misleading Trumpian attack on him last week. Johnson, already facing calls to step down after months of scandal, accused Starmer of failing in 2013 as head of the country's prosecution service to take action against notorious celebrity pedophile Jimmy Savile. The Prime Minister has refused to say sorry or retract his accusation. At least 14 people have been killed and 35 injured after a landslide buried several homes in central Colombia. The early morning landslide in Dhaka Bedros followed torrential rain in the surrounding coffee-growing province of Risaralda. Authorities evacuated dozens of nearby homes amid fears of more landslide as the Oton River overflowed. Landslides are common in Colombia due to the mountainous terrain, frequent heavy rains, and poor or informal house construction. Israeli security forces have killed 3 Palestinians in the city of Nablus in the occupied West Bank. The victims were martyred as a result of direct shooting by the Israeli forces. The Israeli army fired at the car that the 3 Palestinians were using. The Israeli Defense Ministry condemned the army for doing this operation. Meanwhile, the Palestine Ministry of Foreign Affairs has called for an international investigation into the killing, while the Palestine cabinet described it as a heinous crime. The University of California has agreed to pay nearly $250 million to over 200 women who alleged that they were sexually assaulted by a campus gynecologist. Multiple women accused the university's Los Angeles site of deliberately hiding James Heap's alleged sexual abuse of patients. Hundreds of women, some of whom had cancer, and they were abused by him. The university did not begin investigating complaints against Mr. Heaps until 2017. His medical license was suspended by a judge in 2019 for a sex abuse case. Mr. Heaps faces 21 criminal counts of sexual abuse against 7 women and has pled not guilty. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and key allies are voting with their feet by flying to Australia to focus on challenges in the Indo-Pacific region, Australia's foreign minister said on Wednesday. Blinken landed in Australia ahead of a meeting with Australian Foreign Minister Marcy Penny, other diplomats. Penny said the gathering sends a message to Beijing that the security in the Indo-Pacific remains an important challenge to Washington. It will be the 4th such ministerial-level meeting of Indo-Pacific Democratic created to counter the China. The nomination for upcoming Academy Award have been announced, and The Power of the Dog is leading this year's contenders. It lands 12 nominations, including the prestigious Best Picture honor. The next film compete for the top prize, along with Dune, which scored 10 nominations. The Academy Awards will be presented on March 27th. Now sports. A Dhaka court today framed charges against national team cricketer Nasir Hussain and his wife Tamima in a case filed over their illegal marriage. Dhaka Additional Chief Metropolitan Magistrate framed the case's charge against them. The court, however, discharged Tamima's mother from the charges as it did not find any allegation against her in the case. The magistrate fixed March 10th for starting trial of the case. On September 30th last year, Police Bureau of Investigation said the marriage between Nasir Hussain and Tamima Sultana is illegal as she is still wife of a businessman Rakib Hassan. Tamima got married to cricketer on February 24, 2021, while photographs of their marriage went viral on social media, which drew the attention of Rakib Hassan. The one-month tour, the three-match ODI series between Bangladesh and South Africa will start on March 18. The two-match test series will start as soon as the ODI series ends. The first test will be played on March 31st in Durban and the last test will be played on April 8. The ODI series is part of ICC Cricket World Cup Super League and the test series is a part of ICC Test Champions. The first ODI of the series will be played on March 18 at the Criterion Super Sports Park. The two teams will meet at the Imperial Wanderers in the Johannesburg with a break of one day. The last ODI of the series will be played on March 23rd on Criterion. The first test will be played at the Hollywood Bats Kingsmead in Durban on March 31st. With a one-week break, the two teams will face each other in the final match of the series on April 8 at St. George Cricket Park ground. Before ending, we go through Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines again. Government steering country towards economic prosperity, protecting people's rights, said Prime Minister. Ivy takes oath as Narangul City Mayor. High Court sentenced Awami League lawmaker Haji Mohammed Salim 10 years jail, ordered to surrender within 30 days. Preparation for Ekusha Boi Mela are going on. Bangla Academy is yet to find the end date of the annual event. You're up to date with Euro-Bangla City SATV News headlines, and to know the latest in SATV News, visit www.satv.tv. Stay with us.